Feature Friday.
The freshest.
Mitoy Yonting.
That's right, and I think we were talking about how we would like to see him in his recent work. He's done a lot of like what's it called, jurado work. What?
Judge.
Aha, that's right. I lost the word.
He's part of the jury.
No, but like in TNT and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's one of like the regular hosts and judges in the
Very
show.
well respected.
Yeah, indeed. So I was really excited when you guys suggested this. So let's check it out.
Unexpectedly. I think it's pretty recent, right?
Yeah, I think
Wish
it's like...
Bus. I was just watching the live Wish Bus thing. But when you guys watch this, I watched it on Friday. They had this live thing, like sung...
The Juans were
yeah,
on,
the Juans.
yeah.
Also, who else was performing? Can't remember, but yeah, the Juans, when I watched it,
Yeah.
and when Waleska was watching it, it was the Juans.
Yeah, the Juans. They're awesome live, always. They're freaking
Charming, lads. They had good
solid.
outfits.
They're great. Yes, sir. He hasn't changed.
That's such a good point, it hasn't changed.
I love that outfit. That's a great outfit.
Wish 1075.
There is no simple way to tell you how much I feel.
Oh my god.
Many times I uttered in not so many words.
Fantastic.
Sounds like the father of
Vocal modulation.
Disney.
Ah.
Of like every character.
Yeah.
Has a dad that sounds like this.
And I think it's given the style of singing. This very lyrical, this very lyrical way of singing is so pinnacle Disney.
You wouldn't think that
Disney
it would be
popularized it. That's what it was. Yeah.
You wouldn't think that it would be such a refined voice, right, coming from him. Because when I first saw him, I thought it was going to be like alternative or rock or something like that.
That's the brilliant thing about him, that he's so versatile.
Yeah.
I think it comes with the years of being in the industry, like right even before he rose to popularity and to fame itself. You know, being in the scene for so long helps you discover in the toughest environments what the refinery of the craft.
Yeah.
And he's the pinnacle example of that.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
He's very
years of
refined.
experience on stage, like actual touch and feel, like you call it.
Yeah.
My thoughts recite the words
Fantastic.
more convincingly.
Yeah.
I shall loan attire for saying.
It's brilliant technique, but when I say brilliant, it's just fantastic. He's using contemporary and lyrical singing together, so the very emphasized, diction, the vocal modulation, the mouth, how he's shaping the mouth in order to amplify the resonance, in order to actually minimize work from the body. Because if you see, his body is actually stern, unmoving, and
still.
even the positioning of his larynx is really placed. It's really thought, right? It's a thought behind it. It's really placed. There's a slight tilting of the larynx. There's lots of grounding, but it's not incredibly hot and resonant. But there is grounding. So there is this connection to the chest. But I love that everything that the effort would be exerted is actually focused in the mouth work. So the lips, the positioning of the tongue, the usage of the diction, the storytelling element of it all, and the emotional connection to keep the larynx slightly tilted forward. It's just pinnacle, fantastic technique.
Awesome.
Great.
I love you.
Oh, you see, it's all in the mouth.
Without you, nothing is to say.
It's so good.
And nothing even
that tongue positioning is so nicely done.
While it's crazy when you are around.
Yeah, he's incredibly refined.
I love crazy, then solace without you.
That's jewelry as well, dog.
Ooh, he's got a fantastic style. I like his style.
You make my days infinitely different. Not one day's the same with you.
You see that how it was just so perfectly timed in the singing journey of it. A lot of things that we focus on the training in theater is how can we exploit the diction in the singing journey without taking away from the emotional investment that you're making as a performer, because more often than not you can quickly cut short the singing phrase in order to emphasize diction.
Right.
And so you think that you would have to sacrifice one thing for the other. But when you realize that you can actually maximize melody through diction itself, you find yourself elongating certain vowels and certain positionings of the diction itself in order to emphasize what you mean behind it. In this specific moment, in the way he said "you," so he really indulged in the whole movement of the word in its diction.
I see.
One day's the same with you.
You see?
You are a mix of everything,
It's beautiful.
but mostly immature sincerity. You have an adorable gesture.
Oh, I love it.
One that is uniquely you.
So good.
I've grown fond of your ways.
This is his own song.
I don't know. We can check it out. The Opium Ballad.
Professor's
Professor
love. That's
Professor-
sincere and powerful.
Uh,
That might be.
maybe it's his original, yeah. Could be.
His diction is impeccable. What the fuck?
It's beautiful. It is fantastic.
Loving them evenly, always first. Without you, nothing is the same.
It's so good.
And nothing even makes sense.
That retraction is impeccable. Oh!
It's crazy when you are around. I love crazy, then solace without you.
Nice, nice.
Great arrangements. What?
Without you,
Yeah.
nothing is the same, and nothing even makes sense.
Finding that power, that
He's
full
very good.
fold, incredible. But finding that full fold after working in such a refined positioning of the larynx, such a tame positioning of the breathing itself, to find that complete full fold use of the larynx, or all of it really grounded, without losing the refined sound that you found at the beginning.
Right.
Oh goodness, it's a work of art.
Yeah.
That is a magic trick on its own. It's terribly difficult, and he just found it like it was nothing.
Oh yeah, I wonder. He would be really interesting, right? Like, I wonder what his background was, and maybe what he liked to do as he was growing up, and
So much retraction.
the type of things he enjoyed listening to, and how he discovered to do such things, because he is one of those singers that, similar to some of the other singers that we've checked out on the channel, where sometimes they do have this pinnacle textbook examples, and he certainly seems to be one of them for diction and, like you said, retraction and just the display of other techniques. Overall, without it being a display of other techniques, but simply to suffice the requirements of a song.
That's right.
Or a delivery of a song.
That's right.
Rather than it being an exposition.
Which actually then helps my argument of versatility.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you're able to adhere so comfortably to a required sound to fulfill the natural requirements of the song itself. Yeah. It's actually such a
very
brilliant
impressive.
Yeah.
What a judge. I wonder who's mentored as well.
Yeah, me too. Great question. It's good work.
I love crazy, then solace without you.
See, that modulation is so hard. Oh my god, you killed that. Yes, sir. He killed that.
There's a lot to him, that piece.
Oh, definitely. But you see that change from full fold, big belting, a lot of exertion of energy from the body into a really quick but refined thin falsetting without losing the grounding. He had actually a little bit of a constriction in the shift, and he found really quick retraction to make space enough for that last singing phrase. If you pay attention to the transition here. So belt, full fold.
I love crazy, then solace.
You hear the solace. There was a little bit of grab, like a tiniest bit of grabbing, and then he finds that retraction, and it's crystal clear.
Without you.
You see that?
Right.
That's magic. That's so hard to do. Wonderful. It's so hard to break through that natural grabbing because it's a natural instinct. But when it's a natural response from the larynx to try to hold on, protect the vital organs here, the airway, so they constrict. But when you find yourself in distress, that's just a natural response.
Right.
So in order to tell your muscles, actually make space. I don't want to constrict. I want to make more space in order for the folds to make clear contact. Dude, that's a really a lot of work, and I love that. I love how clear it is to see. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, there's so many levels to singing. Like, that's becoming ever so apparent to me. Like, there's so many levels to singing. Like. And it's so weird because, like, I guess most people judge singing as well on, like, not most people, but some people might judge singing on, like, how much a song has sold, or how much a singer has sold, or how much a singer has been, recognized in whatever. And then, then there's, the people that like to dissect singing in this manner, and then it's like their choices of the best singers in the world are not the same, usually are not the same choices of who are the number one artists in streams or the number one artist in, like charts and all that shit. So it's really interesting to me, like how many levels of singing there is, and what I consider to be, outstanding, and then what you'd consider to be outstanding. Yeah, it's a lot, man. There's so much. I do hope it's just as enjoyable for you guys as well. Like certainly, like this has been one of the. Just this year in general, and I mean, to be fair, like since the beginning of the podcast, like I guess that's what the podcast and the channel has been about, right? Like discovering voices and being able to, discover different levels from all around the world. And yeah, Mitoy is probably one of those that we've probably been able to discover through the channel. So thanks for that. Apart from that, goodbye. Let us know what else you'd like us to check out next.